I've said it before and I will say it again. History does not happen in silos. I'm Asia Harriet Hales, public intellectual. Welcome back to episode 2 of something about SNAP regulations and farms. You can see it. Honestly, this shit is so dense. I am not sure where to start. But I did promise y'all I would explain homeowner associations and how they were the nail in the coffin. So I guess I'll start there. So, as I said in the last video, in the 1930s, there were people starving to death, and there were farmers who had excess that they couldn't sell because the people starving to death didn't have no money to pay them. So, the government, under Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Eleanor Roosevelt, aka that bitch, the baddie in glasses, they decided to kill two birds with one stone. First, we got food stamps, which was money people could use to spend at farms, and then the government would reimburse the farm for that money. The second thing they did were farm subsidies, and the farm subsidies were like, we will literally pay you to stop planting in this area because we ain't got enough money to buy all them crops. Now, at the same time, people in cities were like starving to death as well. So the Homeowners Loan Corporation was like, we're going to pass these laws and we're going to grade the cities by the people who live in them. This is going to be quick and dirty. Take notes. This was called redlining. They drew blue lines around the places where people who are already rich lived. They drew green lines around the upwardly mobile neighborhoods. They drew yellow lines around the places where non-black people of color lived, and they drew red lines around black neighborhoods. They did this in cities, not rural areas, and that's important. If you want a deeper video on that, let me know and I'll do it. So at this point, urban and rural life are being heavily subsidized by the federal government because, you know, the fuckheads who ran the economy into the ground in 2008 were still apparently around in 1929 to fuck up the economy then. And we didn't get rid of that industry. We were like, continue to speculate on things. Continue to do that thing that has broken the American economy twice. Urban and suburban life was also very communal. Even if you lived in the city, you usually did not live alone. Women lived in boarding houses. Men did too, but who care about them? I just think it's cool that women kept each other safe in this way in big cities. Whereas in rural environments, you might be related to everybody in your town. So life was more like family oriented, communal oriented. There were more third spaces, right? More of a relationship to the land, even if that relationship was through horrible things like slavery and sharecropping. There was still a direct relationship to the land there. Roosevelt's policies, you know, of the government paying for everything worked out so freaking well that by 1941, we were not only fully recovered from the Great Depression, our economy was thriving. People living in cities and working in factories were benefiting from the expansion of unions that were largely, again, subsidized by the federal government. Imagine that. Imagine a government passing laws to protect unions. What was that like? But then World War II happened and the incentives changed. And I will tell you how in the next part.